where to begin with this deck? I feel like I started working on this one like a month ago, maybe. This is a kind of an established thing, right? This package of basically like for not everybody agrees on Preordain. I think Preordain's great, but a big chunk of people like this package of cards playing Tidebinder, Flame of Anor, Snapcaster Mage, Fire Ice Counterspell. There are blue-red builds, there are Grixis builds, and I was kind of interested to see if there was any reason to be Jeskai. I think there are two really, really good cards in Jeskai colors for control decks. One being Solitude, Rest in Peace Fury. If your control deck getting to play like the only evoke incarnation that can answer creatures is a very premium thing to be doing, and this card is also, I think, very good in this metagame where there's a lot of Yogg and there's a lot of Titan too. Also, when you're playing a deck with Snapcaster Mage and Tishana's Tidebinder, decks, creatures that are, and Solitude, creatures that are controlling the board, being an Ephemerate deck is really valuable. Obviously, you get some scam turns to the Solitude, where you get to stabilize, steal a game. This is kind of your board wipe too. Solitude plus Ephemerate, just get rid of 3 creatures, stabilize the board. But Ephemerate also is going to allow you to like get another fetch land off Tidebinder, be able to get 2 spells off Snapcaster if you're lucky. It's very difficult to play a deck with both Snapcaster and Ephemerate. Also, it's like Ephemerate means you have to play a lot of creatures. Snapcaster means you have to play a lot of instants and sorceries, which is also why we're not playing any main deck Teferi Time Ravelers or Leyline Bindings. Is that I think you just kind of have to be all creatures and instants and sorceries if you're going to play both of these cards together at the same time. But I do think we meet both these cards' requirements, which is kind of difficult to do. And so like one thing I was really stuck on for a long time was like, because you can't really play Teferi in the main deck, or you could play one Teferi in the main deck, but it's because it's hard to play Teferi in the main deck. I was really worried about the number of white cards for Solitude. Right now we're at 13, and I think I kind of feel I talked about this on stream with someone about how many white cards do you need for Solitude, how many pitch cards do you need? And I'm like, well, it depends. And and one thing I mentioned is like, if you have Preordain in your deck, you can cheat a little bit on your white card count. Fire Ice 2 to Elixir Stint being a cantrip, but it's something I just kind of forgot about. If you just have 4 Preordains, I think, and usually I want like 14, 15 white cards. I'm somewhat comfortable being at 13. And play testing the deck too, like Solitude did not feel clunky and awkward. It's also like with Solitude, it's like you're not really pitching at turn 1 very often, and you're like basically never Ephemerate scamming at turn 1. That's like a turn 3, turn 4 play, sometimes turn 2, but usually like turn 3, turn 4, and this kind of gives you some time to find those white cards too. Flame of Anor continues to be bananas. Very happy with this card, and we can I think just get going too. Can I have the list of Gora's reanimation? If you type !deck Hannibal, you can go into the Mox field and you get to look at all of the decks. Thank you, Moxfield, for sponsoring the channel, giving us a resource to host the deck lists. Scroll down a little bit. Very cool, very clever, and it's like this is like kind of the hardest thing to get away from when you're brewing. Is like the thing about Creme Session is that card is almost good enough. Dude, stop! What the fuck? I just mulliganed. How am I getting back-to-back milled here? I should have slept in. When you're playing a timeless stream with other streamers, yeah, I got you get your archive trap. Tomorrow, at I think 10 a.m. Kept the one lander. You got Binder Chill? Okay, now I have Binder. Psychic. Kind of don't hate. Just Solituding the Ruin Crab. Could play a bit of a learn board. The problem is all the learn cards are awful, you know what I mean? Like there's not a single good one. Even Mascot Exposition is like it's not like worth close to 7 mana. But you play it in your, Coffers deck. Reddit post for the win race. Nothing is pretty surprised to Mill. Oh, is Mill like crushing? Dude, they top decked another archive trap. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind. Fucking shit, dude. And then they go, just saw your nickname, lol. I'm losing it. GLHF. True Hero with the raid. Thank you. Hope you're doing well today. Quite the opposite. 40%, I see. My fetch main phase. We also didn't mill a bolt in 32. Yeah, dropping at Emrakul. Oh, looking 15. Thank you, looking back. One of my friends is like, you always have Emrakul in your deck. Every time you stream, you have Emrakul in your sideboard. I'm like, dude, you don't know what it's like out here. I don't have it today. Probably gonna complain my way into a victory though. Now we get to bolt, snap, bolt. Pretty sure I'm supposed to ice. Despite fire taking a turn off the clock, you know, they're stuck on 2 lands. Protection spell, God's willing. I always like to counter Tidebinder's own trigger in these spots. Just makes me laugh. They drew a land. 3 cards in their hand. Drew Island. Feeling scared. I think we can take a toss shows because we have 2 Solitudes left. Okay, we have 6 cards left. We've drawn another Tidebinder. Okay. Well, it seems right to run this out. The countering the Tidebinder ability itself will cause it to lose all of its destructibility ability to regain it. No, because that ability is countered. So it not that it would matter because it would just be a 3/2 anyways, but it's countering Tidebinder with its own ability is the same as just choosing to not counter. So I like to do it. You didn't cycle this main phase, dude, and try to draw a land to kill me. Are they going to try to figure out what my last card is and surgical it? They can't surgical. They're at 2. All right, successfully complained our way into victory the Inspiring Spike way. Charmaw raises the mana value for Tidebinder. Sometimes that card's 4 mana. I think I'll play 2 and play 61. Abilities aren't supposed to be able to target themselves. The bonus lets you do it. It lets me do it. I feel like you should be able to counter Tidebinder's trigger with Tidebinder. Like it's on the stack when the Tidebinder in the ETB goes on the stack. Why not Fable in deck? So this is a Ephemerate Snapcaster deck. Although sometimes Fable is okay with Ephemerate. We really need like every non-creature to be an instant or sorcery. Plus we already have like 8 very strong 3-drops. It's not like we're like dying for other 3-drops. I just usually like to fetch main phase to reduce the chance of archive trap. Do you want spell stutter with Ephemerate? Dude, they like immediately surgical my hand with 2 Tidebinders in it. Brutal. Do y'all, when you play against Mill on Magic Online, do they like always like main phase the surgical or like in step the surgical? They like, for me, my opponents they just don't draw step anymore. They don't upkeep. Mostly, yeah, that's your experience too. Yeah, I don't know when that changed. I feel like that didn't used to be the case. If I got wrecked by game 1 like this guy did in yes. Well, you're not supposed to main in step. You're supposed to upkeep it. You didn't see any spell pierces game 1. I mean, you could be super afraid of spell pierce, but also like you probably shouldn't have. I guess I'm a Snapcaster deck, but like I don't know that you're supposed to be just like aggressively surgicaling me like this. Obviously, it works out when like there's just there's 2 copies of it in my hand, but I feel like you're not even necessarily supposed to have surgical in this matchup. Maybe like 1 because I'm still a Snapcaster deck. But you're supposed to draw step, but they have a higher chance of getting extra ones usually. It's reasonable not that the counterspell deck untap before surgical. I mean, with only 1 mana, I think it's like you're probably supposed to. I'm gonna concede. Don't play a explosive. Go up to 62. Play an explosive. So person played more. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine to think about spell pierce and do it that way. But I'm just kind of mostly noting that like in my experience, years ago, no players would always like draw step surgical, and like I feel like it just never happens again, even if I'm not playing decks with counterspells. Yeah. That's kind of the point I was trying to make. I wasn't just trying to. Oh, I should have got untapped land. Sorry. So this way I could bait my opponent into archive trapping me into a bolt. Okay, no bolt. Never punished. This is like a little risky against surgical because I have another one in my hand, but the upside feels really high here with the missing land drop. This time walk them, hopefully. Oh, there is a bolt down here. When did that get there? Are there standard brews in the future? Maybe. I do have a standard tournament coming up. Like, kind of very simply put, oh, sorry. I meant to ice and then end of turn snap bolt. I slept really poorly last night. I'm not trying to make too many excuses, but it's kind of I could feel it affecting my play. Yeah, I will be working on standard off stream, I guess, and then if I feel like there's something interesting to do on stream, I'll do it on stream, and if there's not, I won't. It's not that risky though. Just gotta stay on the hand response. I didn't have enough mana. Oh, right, because I don't have to spend the mana on the fire ice. No, you are right. Okay, discards a Jace. Top deck an awesome Obsidian Charmaw. You see the Esper Mentor on Earth deck? In Standard, I did see that one, yeah. We also saw a blue-white build. I thought the blue-white looked better, but, like, I don't really know, like, the nuances of Standard decks. I'm not qualified for Denver, but I'm also not going to try to LCQ. Esther's birthday is that weekend. Birth anniversary. Not Ephemerate over Bolt. Why did you wanted to snap Ephemerate and then do what? I'm just gonna bolt them. Well, we beat Bill, complained the whole way, played bad the whole way. Want to know? The Esper Mentor deck has been terrible for you, yeah. No. If this is Mill, I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. I mean, it's already like fading very fast, I guess. But do you have a game hider up right now? What do you mean? What's wrong? What looks incorrect? It's not very likely that they're playing Thought. I mean, they could play Thoughtseize Mill. Yeah, probably Shadow. But three Mill opponents in a row is like straight to the asylum. So yeah, I mean, it almost definitely Shadow if they're taking my Solitude, I guess. Teferi not worth it. The problem with Teferi is we're an Ephemerate Snapcaster deck, so like all of our non-creatures have to be instants or sorceries. You could play like exactly one Teferi, but also I would rather play the 4th Tidebinder and the 4th Flame of Anor before the first Teferi in this deck, I think. So many one-land opponents. And if that's the case, like why why are we sorry. Why are we playing Teferi? Am I really not firing on all cylinders today? More with the QD, 13 months. They main phase Dismember a Wall of Omens. I might have recommended responding to the Ephemerate. At risk of talking trash. I'm going to ice them on their upkeep. Shuffle away the Snapcaster. Alright. Mission accomplished. Walls down. Oh, dude, I keep playing Archaeologist on in Timeless. And the amount of times my opponents just like I play Archaeologist and they just like pause for a second and it's like this 0-3 and they just bolt it or push it. It's like every time. It's like they play a land, I played Archaeologist, I like mill an arrow, put a spell in my hand, or just put a spell in my hand, and then they just pause and they go, fine, fine, I'll fatal push it, and I'm just like, ooh, 3 for 1. I'm supposed to run out of Tidebinder. I think I'll just draw 2. I can counterspell a Bowmaster. Don't need to respond. I've got 2 pair. Just a 2 for 1. Well, if you mill Uro, it's a 3 for 1. If you mill Uro, put a spell into your hand, and they push it, it's a 3 for 1. Which has happened like a couple times. Not every time, of course. Yeah, I love Archaeologist. I've been really wanting to play it in more decks. I even was like wanting to play it in this deck, but like our non-creature count was like a little too low. Let's go, dude. Why can't every game be like this? I'm gonna keep double Solitude against Demir's Shadow when I can hard custom. 4 opponent. And so trade this for a Counterspell to untap Hardcast Solitude. Every turn a 2-for-1. Should do Time Warp Witness again? Yeah, I have a few drafts that I think are kind of interesting. Very stuck on like I've been so close to like spending like 6 hours off stream working on them. Some of these are old. This one is the beans. So kind of like the Archaeologist Trespass idea. I'm gonna keep that intact. There's 2 banned cards in this deck. Must have been broken. I feel like I cut the Tidebinders in one of these drafts. Yeah. This was kind of like my last 75. Maybe I should be back on Temporal Trespass. You know, I delete decks. Yeah. Maybe not as often as I should. Okay, I'm just gonna put some Temporal Trespasses in here. It's like Archaeologists, like, it's kind of weird because you're not milling anything over for like card advantage value, but it makes your Cosmic Rebirth, and I guess now Temporal Trespass, like, and Eternal Witness, like, better. Well, I don't know why nothing's popping up. Okay, I guess I spent too much time on this. Feels like that deck needs more removal. Yeah, maybe. I have like 5 slots available in that deck. We have just Solitude Ephemerate, but you can loop that too. You can play some Prismatic Endings. We have Teferi also. I guess it's like some kind of removal. 26 card sideboard. So I guess I just Trespass. Oh, I put it as second S in Trespass. Did not graduate college. Barely woke up today. Twitch.tv/Aspiring Spike. So Lucy kept tossing and turning. She's going crazy. Total Goblin mode. Had to go out twice. We have a game against Demir's Shadow. We do have a couple of Teferis in the sideboard. Wall is a lot worse than the draw. Although it was insane that game. I think we could go down on 2 Tidebinders, right? Maybe even a Subtlety over Tidebinder 2. Wizard count kind of low. I think that's okay. Have I tried NT Death Shadow? Well, it's like you need like another Street Wraith. You need like another like way to trigger NT besides Street Wraith. Your Magic Online opponents ever call you by your first name? That's fine. Please, Everett was my father. Call me Aspiring Spike. Isn't Trespass much harder to go infinite with? It's not. I would say it's not even much harder. I'd say it's impossible to go infinite with because it exiles itself. But 3 mana Time Walk is pretty good. And just like I think in your deck with Archaeologist Ephemerate, you're interested in like some number of delve spells. And this would be the delve spell we'd play. My emotional support Nissa also always making the deck. This deck needs to main deck Force of Negation. I don't know. Let's play the match we came here to play, huh? Oh, never mind. My opponent's still sideboarding. Main deck Knight of Autumn sideboard pending. Main deck Knight of Autumn doesn't seem good at the moment, right? What is that trying to target? Like the top decks are like Rhinos. I guess it's good against Titan, but like Rhinos, Yogg, Titan, Scam, Murktide, like top 5 decks. Yeah, the Cosmic this one's been cooking for a long time. I've just been kind of stuck on like those extra slots for a while. All these spells, all the rest of the cards do need to be non-creatures for Archaeologist. Right now we're at 20. Is 23 too low? Actually, I need to get the hypergeometric calculator out. Probably need to be closer to like 25. I'll play around Shadow Doubt. Omnath is great. Yeah, so the thing, Omnath would probably be good here. We're not. Omnath is a lot worse with these Utopia sprawls though, and not good with the Cosmic Rebirth plan, and another not creature for in your Archaeologist deck. Is Trespass just for like ramping? You can do a lot with the 3-mana Time Walk. There's a lot that you can do. I feel like Ephemerate lets you be a little lower. I don't know. I don't know if I agree. Yeah, Archaeologist being a wizard. We be Archaeologist Flame of Anor all day. No, it's not the third mill opponent in a row, although I briefly went into a state of psychosis thinking it would be. Don't hate just jamming Teferi. Although Teferi is my white card for Solitude. We'll chill. Should I maybe crack my fetch so I don't get got by Tidebinder plus Spell Pierce? It's maybe a little nitty gritty. Soaring seems good in deck too. In the Archaeologist deck, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I feel like Ring plus Time Warp is like it's okay. I think at one point I did have some copies. Okay, so I counter, they counter back. I think I would prefer to have them. Oh, you know what? Oh man, oh no, never mind. That wouldn't have worked. But I feel like I'd rather them counter my Snapcaster this turn. And by this turn, I mean in their upkeep. Although, I've kind of fucked up if they have a Tidebinder. Then to the Bowmaster, they get to save their Orc and kill my Snapcaster. Okay. Never mind. Why would they do that? You play 3 rings? Probably have to play 4 rings. Could get the Nissa too. I mean, the first Nissa is pretty good, I guess. Where are we dropping? What are we doing? End of turn Flame. I think I'm gonna go play Wall. Let's get the trigger once here. Troll with the 12 months. Happy anniversary. Miss out for Omnath. I mean, we have to. I'm not gonna play one Omnath. I'm not gonna have red mana in my deck for one Omnath. Go attack with our wall. Probably gonna try to block Bowmaster with Snapcaster here. Seems worth using the counterspell on. It's kind of doesn't feel mandatory to use the counter there. Okay, so they got one card in their hand. Drawing up to 2. Let's hope one of them is a creature. We get to Solitude Ephemerate. That'd be pretty nice. We can take our time. I can probably try to go like Flame of Anor, kill Bowmaster, and Ephemerate Wall next turn. Although best case scenario, my opponent casts Murktide right now. No, 2 cards in hand. Still gaming, huh? Cast Scalding on Luris less than 10 with Solitude. Yeah, I did that to my opponent's Luris the other day. I'm like, it all built up to this. I think I'd take 1 and bolt the Bowmaster end of turn. Okay, they are casting Murktide. So what's our plan? Because if I evoke Solitude and my opponent has a counter as their last card, we're kind of boned. If I pitch the other Solitude. I can't bolt and flame. I only have 1 red. Yeah, I think we bolt the Bowmaster and then Ephemerate the wall. Keck W, you're dead. Could pay 1. All right. That's okay. They can have it. They can have the 2/2. Basically, Snapcaster Swords or Plowshare. The Dark Fire will not avail you. We were kind of cold to top deck Murktide. We're up to like 17 though. You know, kind of blue mana. Billion outs really. If they do play Murktide, they just draw a land. Can bolt. I don't have double red. That's why I'm not bolting here. Let's see if Flame should just go face. When I was doing consulting, actually, at one point I suggested this mode on Flame of Anor deal 3 damage to any target. And this was like kind of largely like, you know, planeswalkers and players. I even like said maybe it should just do 3 damage to creature or creature planeswalker or any target. But I feel like 5 was like so much. I still feel like 5 is so much. I'm not I'm not sure that was like the right number to put on this card, but it's fine. It's not like a huge deal. Step of Fern doesn't work. You don't get the rebound, but you do get the front half. If a rebound is only from hand, right? Because we're up against Trellon. Oh no, not Coffers again, and good Coffers players too. Yeah, Snapcaster's good. Snapcaster's a good modern card with Flame of Anor. It like wasn't before, or wasn't for a while. Now it is. Oh, Trellon's on the Enigma Jewel plan. We have to see his list after this. Tidebinder is pretty good against the Jewel. I think I'm going to go for Wall of Omens here. Maybe I should have fetched because of Nimble Obstructionist. I mean, maybe... okay. Whoa, it's Enigma Jewel Coffers! Let's fucking go, dude. Plays around Tidebinder. Wow. kind of unreal. Individual coffers. Has 5 mana next turn. I think I tapped the blue source. Yeah, Trellon is another streamer. He's always playing like coffers and Bluetron and like, you know, various builds. Yeah, very good player too. Okay, I don't think I'm countering the map ability here. Is Trellon streaming right now? Because I feel like I need this list, dude. It's kind of weird. I feel like I need to run my Tidebinder out so I have a wizard in play. Yes, I can ephemerate it later potentially also. But I want to be able to go Flame of Anor, the Enigma Jewel, draw 2, and hold up Counterspell. Should message him. Yeah, I'm friends with Trellon. We'll get it. Or I'll just probably wait till he's streaming. I don't need to make him get out of bed, you know. End of turn. Sacks the map with 4 black mana floating. Emrakul's gonna get cast. Gets a Takenuma with nothing in the yard. And doesn't use the floating mana. Yeah, maybe an Emrakul to promise in list. I mean, Minguchi was playing one Emrakul in his coffers list. I liked it a lot. I feel like I would like it especially more in a Profane Tutor build. I was also trying to figure out like we have like the mono green Emrakul deck. Could we just play that? Like, could we play 4 Eldrazi Temple and be a coffers build built around Emrakul and like self mill? I feel like a lot of like the green cards were like better at doing that than the black cards, but I was kind of open to it. Okay, let's not fight over this. The channel Takenuma. Cling to Dust My Flame. Okay. So Joe Snapcaster, I'm just going to main phase the Snap Preordain, I guess. Cycle. I'll Tidebinder the Delta if they crack it end of turn. I guess doesn't really need to with the Urborg in play, of course. Now run out Solitude into turn to Trellon. There's nothing again. We're going to promise in Devil Cling seems like a non-bow. Yeah, but opponent also just has 13 mana. You know what I mean? But yeah, it might not be an Emrakul deck. I'm not going to counter the map end of turn, I think. Grabs Academy Ruins. Guess I could have left this untapped to cast another Solitude end of turn. Right, so I think we Tidebinder the Karn. Obstructionists. My Tidebinder. Fuck. I get like Sundering Titan and lose. Oh, I could counter whatever they get. Get Cityscape Leveler. Target Solitude. Counterspell. Counterspell the drop, I guess, and then we're gonna get Academy Ruins, Cityscape Leveler potentially. Can Power Stone for Otawara, which is kind of. I think I need to main phase snap Preordain because my opponent has Cling to Dust off Takenuma, pretty easy. Would love to find a Ephemerate also. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I need to hold up the the Solitude that badly. Pretty toasty, I guess. Could bounce the Tidebinder and Tidebind the Academy Ruins. Yeah. I think we're going to get the Cityscape Leveler Takenuma this turn. Assuming there's not just something better in hand, which obviously could be. I'm finally tapped out. Okay, looks like that is the line. Oh, it picks up Karn, right? You can pick up Planeswalkers with Takenuma. Alright. Mindslaver Karn unlocked. Infinite with Academy Ruins. Game 3. Okay, Dovin's Veto's in. Charmaw's in. Go down to like one wall. Cut the Pending. Cut a Solitude. 15 creatures. Kind of. Could play like a Wear Tear for Enigma Jewel. Didn't see any other targets already have Flame of Anor, so I think probably not. Probably don't want the Teferis that bad if like Obstructionist and like Shark are like the blue cards, which is probably the case. I'm down to like 2 bolts again though. 2 bolts through Solitude. Play the first Subtlety is probably okay. Wear Tear with 3 bolts seems okay. I just think before Flame of Anor it's pretty not good to bring in the Wear Tear. I'm gonna fetch on my turn because they do have Obstructionist up. I'm gonna ice the Watery Grave still. They have at least Academy Ruins for the Tidebinder. I would be unsurprised if there were some fields. But also Trellon's list seems like a little bit more in on assimilating the like Trellon's list has like a higher curve than regular coffers, so like 5 mana Charmaw is also like more acceptable to me than it is in like other spots. Also, Coffers does tap for a mana here with the Jewel. No more Jewel though. Can Subtlety a Karn, although don't need Urborg to cast Karn, I guess. Nice. Puts it on top. I really feel like this Urborg was just now top decked. So I think I can charm all the Urborg and maybe just like leave Trellon with no land. Or at the very least, if Karn does get played, then you at least have to charm all to pressure it. Or not top deck, drawn off the cling potentially. Okay, so now my Charmaw costs 4, which isn't enough for me to double spell, I guess. Does pinning hit anything besides Jewel? Map, I guess. We will cut the wall, actually. I think about 2 bolts for Karn. Keep. Fighting for our lives over here. So the mold is 6 in the play. Where's my pending? I boarded it in. Yeah, I was going to hit the Watery Grave with the Charmaw that turn. Had I been lucky enough to resolve it. I'm going to correct my fetch in response to the map. Because of Nimble Obstructionist. I think I should counter this. I want to use my mana, and like if Trellon just cracks the map main phase and gets coffers and like and plays around Tidebinder in that way, it's a crazy blowout. Alright, I don't think Trellon's on field, so I'll just go and get a basic main phase. Play around Obstructionist. Okay, now I have the Tidebinder up, so I'm not going to counter. And Trellon chooses to miss his land drop rather than crack the map main phase. Respect. Still gonna Tidebinder with the Ephemerate up. Second main phase, or in beginning of combat, make me second creature. All right, land off the top. Sean's still missing land drops though. Probably draw 2 into turn. If I don't have to do anything else. You see like Nimble Obstructionist gets cycled here. I think Staff of Bird is a potential in this deck. It's in fact a wizard. The thing is you never ever want to freaking cast that card, so it's not really a wizard. We've also not seen a single counterspell from Trellon this match, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was some over there. He does like those cards. Oh, I meant to tap the island. Come on, I really don't have any lands in top 5? Dude. Whatever. Fine. Discard Solitude Ephemerate, probably. That was top 6, right? 2 from Anor, draw step, and then the Preordain. Seven. 8. Fuck, dude. You kind of just want to evoke Solitude and Ephemerate? Yeah, I guess so, actually. Alright, found one. That was tough. Not gonna Ephemerate. Alright, this'll all be worth it, by the way, if I draw a land, I get to go Charmaw plus Ephemerate. I mean, I'll probably still slam Charmaw anyways. Kill the Urborg. Trellon doesn't have another land in hand at the moment. If he draws another land and has exactly ring, it's kind of awkward, but I feel like we still slam here. Did top deck another land. And has Damnation. We'll accept that. It's up to 2 for 1. Could go for end of turn Solitude. I feel like I'll ice this turn. Oh, probably should have fetched main phase because of Obstructionist. Tidebinder's nice. So I can go end of turn fetch, and then if my opponent obstructionist, I can Tidebinder the obstructionist. When I run out Tidebinder, there are 2 Ephemerates? Because then the crack the fetch response. Queeg with the 12 months. Happy anniversary. Welcome back. He's going to plus the Karn after I've waited this long. So I'm going to snap Veto, I think. Also getting the Snapcaster in play with the Ephemerates in hand is really good. Super stocked graveyard. Could go Ephemerate Bolt. Okay, no, I'm definitely Ephemerate Bolting. Although I have Sacred Foundry, right? Yeah. So we go Ephemerate Bolt into draw 2. Yeah, I think we just draw 2. Good old divination. I don't think we preordained right now because I should have 3+2 up. At this point, I'll run I guess I'll think. Guess I'm at 7. Do they have a haul? Could Ephemerate Counterspell. I feel like I'll just sack. I'm gonna save the Preordain for a turn 2, so I can go 3-drop plus Solitude. Just fire up the hall. 3 cards in hand over there. GG's. Fun match. Always a good one against Trail on. I guess let's get a trophy prediction fired up. Now that we're awake and playing a little bit better. No keep. Alright, Preordain will save us. What do we put back? Tidebinder? Probably makes sense to put back the 3-drop. White Solitude, white card. Could put back Bolt, maybe. Because I'm like, can't cast it turn 1. I have fire. Also, let's put back the Bolt. I'm going to keep 7 on the play. They lead on a Flooded Strand. I'm going to play Ragavate, and I'm going to draw Red Source and get max punished for putting back Bolt. Another Red Source. Bottom both of these. Don't love having to do this. Sorry, I'm just coughing so much. Don't love having to do this. I do feel like we have to do this, though. It's that lingering COVID cough. Bad if they spell Pierce, bad if they consider or bolt to Delirium, but I'm just gonna main phase this, I think. Play a lot of Modern Legacy last week, so I believe Ragavan makes both formats better. I agree. I think it's true for Timeless too. Like I think the combination of Ragavan plus Bowmasters is like this weird positive influence on the format. Blood Moon. Okay, so now I'm a Izzet deck. I can still evoke Solitude. I do have a Plains in my deck, I guess. Gets Blue Murktide. You keep any number of Wall of Omens on your sideboard. I mean, it just blanks Ragavan if you have it, so usually Funky with the 24. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay, drawing castables. Like, Ragavan is not a well-designed card. Ragavan is, like, certainly a design mistake. The fact that it has dash, makes a treasure, like it shouldn't have a dash, or it should have been a 1/1. It should have, it should have like not like flipped a card, just made a treasure on connection. Like if any of these things were like different, it would have been like still like a playable modern card, and been like so much more balanced. But I do feel like it has like this weird like positive warping effect, which is maybe copium. I don't know. I think I'm gonna cycle Raugrin Triome this turn, actually. Not really much reason to do that main phase. Oh, I guess Tidebinder is the reason. Although they could be playing around Counterspell. Although so they can't Murktide. They only have one island. Wait, they only have one island and they've mooned? So risky. I guess I only had one island at the time. Oh, what a draw. I feel like it's Copy at this stage. Yeah, I mean, it's like a little bit of both, you know what I mean? It's like, we're kind of like learning to live with the Ragavans, but there is like also elements of truth. Like Ragavan does warp the format in a way that like makes games like about low mana curves, cheap interaction, back and forth, in a way that like Tron and Hogak and Titan and like these kind of things are not about. Never drew a red removal is so crazy. Yeah, I'll just Flame of Anor that. Flame of Anor that? Counterspell that on top Flame of Anor? I guess that's the line. They're specifically going for a good red creature that didn't go and burn. Interesting. It's kind of funny too. Oh, they found their red burn spell. It's kind of funny to have that be the point, because it's like burn needs like I feel like burn needed such a buff, but I don't know. It's like an interesting spot. Okay, fire, ice, or bolt, both gonna be lethal. Okay, good play with counter backup next turn. Deck tech for isolating 2. Asmo Moon Wizards. Look at that deck name. Asmo Moon is a very rare title here, since usually with this card you want to play Urza Saga, not Blood Moon. But there's also only one Magus main, one Magus side, so that they are tutorable off of Step Through. Okay, got it. And then your Lorien revealed deck. Okay, one thing is your Asmos suck. They are the worst card in your deck by a pretty significant amount. The main issue here. You have no Ovalchase Daredevil. You have no Urza Sagas. You have nothing to discard for value here, and you also are like not that good at like casting it. You have 3 Step Throughs, 2 cookbooks, as like and 2 Typhoons, and Typhoon's like incredibly sus. Typhoon is incredibly sus as a like enabler for Asmo. Yeah, like, you know, The problem Asmo is like unplayable in this 75. I feel with no Daredevil, very bad at casting it. And like Asmo is not a good card if you're just planning to like. I'm going to discard 2 cards from my hand so I get 1 use of Asmo deal 6 damage to a creature. It's like you're just kind of 2-for-1ing yourself every single time you do that. Is the problem. Okay, so we're on the draw against Murktide. We bring in the Tefs. 2 Tef for 2 Tidebinder at least. Wizard count kind of low. It's probably okay. 13 creatures kind of low for Ephemerate, but it's okay too. Any chance of Timeless? Yeah, backup deck today is Timeless. If we get there today. So yeah, I mean that's the problem. Is that like this is the problem. I mean, step through for Magus is cool. I get that. Like that's really what you were trying to be doing. Master of Death is not like a playable card. Oh wait, this is your Oval Chase Daredevil. But you have to pay a life for every turn. I don't like it, but I see what you're doing. Yeah, I don't know. That's the problem. I like hate that you play Xander's Lounge for 1 Master of Death too. I also really dislike 2 Mutavaults. You have a million wizards. Like Mutavault is like so awkward in your counterspell deck. You know what I mean? You're also a Magus deck. If you simply must, you can play 1. You can play 1 Mutavault, not 2. But I would not play any. And then like just kind of simply like I don't like this plan, I guess, or yeah, I agree. Step through is like so. Here's kind of where you went wrong, right? Step through is not a playable card without Asmo, but Asmo is not a playable card without Saga and Oval Chase Daredevil. And I don't think you want to play those cards in this deck. So it's like, that's the problem with the idea. How do you have Timeless Wild cards? I exchanged money for them. Actually, sorry, I grinded 5 hours a day every day for 5 years. And then I was able to build a Timeless deck. For free. For free. Thought you didn't play on Arena? I do now because of Timeless. Timeless is sick. There's actually a Timeless tournament, creator tournament tomorrow. They got me. They got me. Timeless is very fun. I have 4 or 5 decks built at this point. Yeah, keep this on the draw against Merc. Did you top 8 the super limited? I did, yeah, but I lost in top 8, so I did not queue. Yeah, I want to be able to go bolt into fire. Timeless like Arena Modern, kind of. It's like Timeless is like no banless Modern. I really think the closest format to Timeless is no banless Modern, where it's just like all your friends are there. You got Uro, you got Oko, you have Mystic Sanctuary, you have Deathrite Shaman, you have Treasure Cruise, and then it's like no banless Modern with like a sprinkle of Legacy, where there's Natural Order and Dark Ritual, and you can play, and then like a sprinkle of Vintage, where you get 1 channel, 1 Demonic Tutor. It's just like it's so weird. It's like so weird. How can you not like just love it? Yeah, you can play Necropotence in the format. You can Dark Ritual into Necro, and that deck's bad. And that deck sucks. So I don't know. It's fun. We're gonna do a streamer tournament tomorrow. Me, Reduke, Nathan Sturr, Doomwake, lots of people. Can't really remember everybody. Honoraga and Will have been tweeting the players. I'm not sure what I'm playing. I kind of have it down to like 2 decks. It's like, I guess I won't say exactly which 2. All right, let's ice the Canal in response, and then they can't trigger Shredder without Bobble, and then I can try to bolt it. So if they have Bobble, this line doesn't work out so well. Oh, wait, they could just float the fucking mana, dude. They could just float the fucking mana. Ugh, so embarrassing. Okay. Thought I was getting really cute with my line. What do you think it'd take to bring Elves back to Modern? I don't think Elves is that bad. but it ain't that good either. I think Priest of Titania would be probably like what the deck needs. So look, we still cast our counterspell on a Shredder, and then got it Flusterstormed. Okay. Draw a white card and Preordain into Solitude. We're in great shape. Draw Teferi, okay. I take a Prismatic Ending. I take a Bolt too. Would not love Flame of Anor. Would not love Snapcaster. Tempted to keep that wall actually. Banning Bowmaster. So here's one thing about Bowmaster is it does mean that you can't play the 2-mana elf that lets you draw cards, but Bowmasters is like it's not that good against elves. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm just throwing. Totally thought should have played the fetch land. Okay, just actually don't listen to me on anything I say. Never mind. But the thing about Bowmasters against elves is like, yes, it kills an elf, but you like the 2/1/1s don't matter very much against elves. So, but Bowmaster is mostly like 2 mana deal 1 damage. Put like like it never triggers again. You know what I mean? You're never like gonna Bowmaster and kill 2 things against elves, so they don't draw any cards. Yeah, Snapcaster triggers could not. I feel like we just have to bottom both. Draw Snapcaster. Yeah, mana leak better, huh? And it's like Bowmaster doesn't even kill everything. It doesn't kill Nettle Sentinel, doesn't kill Archdruid, doesn't kill Azuri. It's like 2 mana like kill some of your things. Lord Joel's cards? Yeah, I said at the very beginning of this monologue, you can't play the Lord because Bowmaster exists. Just don't play. You can't play any cards that draw cards because of Bowmaster. But in the actual matchup, like the card Bowmaster isn't like the most insane card against you. It's like I'd say it's kind of mid against you as an Elves player. It's fine. Like you'll keep it in. Yeah. So I've been playing Elven Chorus as my card draw engine in Elves. It's really good. It's so good on like Quirion Ranger, Nettle Sentinel, Elvish Warmaster, Dwynen's Elite to like give them the ability to tap for mana and just cast your deck. I've been wanting to play like mono green also, but I'm kind of stuck in a couple of spots. I've just not really been liking Tyvar very much. Okay, so I'll go. Oh, I can't snap ice because I have to lose life. But they have counter anyways. Okay, game 3. Realmwalker. I've one Realmwalker as a core target. Court of Calling is also like mandatory in the deck. Collected Company is unplayable. Okay, game 3 on the play. I think I like the sideboard plan like 1 Veto. Does not being able to play the cards make you weaker against the rest of the field? I mean, like the deck would really like to play the 2 mana card draw Lord. But I just don't think you can. You could maybe play 1 copy because it is kind of sick with Elven Chorus. But yeah, I want to build the deck as mono green for a little and try that. And I'm just like a little stuck on. I'm a little stuck on the like 2 slots if the Tyvars are gone. But yeah, maybe you play one of that card and just slide it out against Bowmasters. Because it is really good to have that when you have Elven Chorus or Realmwalker, and you can see if the top of your library is a brick, and you can like draw a card or choose to not draw a card if it's another elf. That happens pretty often. So I guess at that point I would just play like either 3rd Azuri or 7th 1-man elf maybe. Ever tried Growing Rights? I didn't, but I in Theorycraft I don't think it's good. We could try one and just see. Maybe pivot back to Modern Elves as the backup deck again every stream. This is how Elves is good. But I actually do kind of like the sound. You get to play Cavern of Souls in that build too. More copies of Peelin to get rid of your Realmwalker Chorus bricks. Well, I mean, I've been... You could do that, yeah. You could do that. Okay, so do I slam Teferi? Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to do it off of Plains, because my opponent... There's a reasonable chance my opponent still has Blood Moon in their deck. We also saw a Flusterstorm for game 2, so like there's going to be less Spell Pierces. Elf Monday, compete with other Shiba's Bug Monday. I really don't like the idea of having scheduled days for content. Like a lot of people have been asking, am I going to have a scheduled day for timeless content? It's like, Spike, you have a scheduled day of the week to spend $50 on a new deck. It's just like, I do have a timeless deck prepped. We'll play it on stream at some point whenever like we get to it. But that's just the way to do it, I think. Just like, we get there when we get there. Like Mr. Incredible. Let's Ephemerate first. Yeah, timeless Tuesdays. I think my opponent has Flusterstorm. I kind of have the read there. I'm gonna wait on the bolt. Maybe I've just been thinking about the Ephemerate. I have a feeling they have it though. I go with that feeling. I believe they would. Oh, I want to believe they consider. If they consider, I'll snap off the bolt. I also kind of want to be able to save this from an Unholy Heat. Is Archaeologist better than the Wall? I think we're too low on non-creatures. I think I'm not sure exactly how many non-creature spells I'm like happy playing in a Archaeologist deck, but I think it's like 25 plus good cards to mill, which we are Snapcaster deck. Like I have this deck over here. And one issue is I'm kind of just playing too many creatures. I have 15 creatures, 22 lands, and this will be 23 non-creature spells. And then in the Jeskai deck, where is the Jeskai deck? I have 24, so I feel like it's just a little low. Just a little low, maybe. But like I do love Archaeologist. I think Archaeologist is really nice. Okay, if I bolt and my opponent heats plus Flusterstorm, it's a pretty big blowout. But I feel like because I have the Snapcaster, I really want to use this red mana right now. I can also like if they heat the wall now, I just respond to the Ephemerate by casting Snapcaster. What if you cut wall? It's the same number. If you go -4 wall for 4 Archaeologists, and like obviously, I assume that's what you're talking about when you ask, is Archaeologist better than wall? But if you do that, you still have the same number of non-creatures. But you could get close. You could play Lorien Revealed over some lands, and then you could get up to the right number. So yeah, you could do that potentially. I feel like you're also milling a lot of cards in your control deck with like not really like a lot that. I don't know, like you don't love having to mill that many cards. So I think I bolt this now to play around second Flusterstorm because I could pay 3. Cut wall in the Bant deck. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, they are allowing me to pay 3. Which I'll do. Take that 2 for 1. A little bit scared of Murktide, but we have Ice, we have Preordain. Flusters 4, you're wrong. That'll be 10 gifted subs. Wheels, the 21 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Two cards over there. Ephemerate main phase. So many counter spells. Yeah, I guess I'm holding them up. Cycle Ice in a turn. Blood Moon, maybe. Hello, Shredder. Do people think it's not good enough because of Bowmaster? Yeah, people do think that. Shredder's playable for sure. Like, the one thing is, like, if I was gonna build Murktide, I would almost definitely be like on like 4 Murktide, 4 DRC, 4 Ragavan, and like 3 Tidebinder. Like, I want to play Tidebinder as the extra creatures over Shredder. Well, you could cut Ragavan for Shredder too. Ragavan sucks. So exiles a Channeler, does not get to cast it. I go down to 11. Maybe I'll draw another land ever. That would be so sick. I'll take a Solitude though. I will weep if my opponent Stern Scoldings me. I can like main phasing this. I can go like snap Ephemerate the Solitude next turn with Counterspell up. Okay, I'll look at this one, Nova. I think Planeswalkers over the Archaeologist. I mean, it's like also as Archaeologist. And you have 4 Cosmic Rebirths and your Jace the Mind Sculptor Teferi hero deck. But this is very, very close to, like, it's like basically what I have, plus Force of Negation, minus walls, plus like shitty Planeswalkers that are worse than One Ring probably. Like, why are these just not 4 One Rings? Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of like somewhere we already were. Main phase bolt me. Main phase bolt me. Play an 8/8 Murktide. Yeah, Jace the Mind Sculptor is an unplayable modern card. I just don't even try to bring back the golden days. Don't lose life to Planeswalker. Ring may be better. What do you mean Ring may be better? It's like, how are we like now, like 6 months post Lord of the Rings? We're like, maybe the Ring is better than Jinx the Mind Sculptor in a deck. It's like every deck Ring is better. You know what I mean? Is it a deck? The Ring is better than Jace. Cursed Totem on deck text is money only. Channel points only. No paid deck text. This way I get to yell at my friend Noba for sending me a cool list for free. Noba, gonna send me a list with Jace the Mind Sculptor. To the Shadow Realm with you. I think it's actually worth counterspelling. They have 1 card in their hand. Is Jace okay in Timeless? No. Timeless, here's one thing, chat. Timeless is a more powerful format than Modern, I think. Like, I see so many people playing, like, they're like playing just like Rakdos Luris. They're playing just like Modern decks. And like, you do get Luris, but like, I don't know. It's like people play like just ported Modern decks in formats where Oko, Deathrite Shaman, Uro, Mystic Sanctuary, or Demonic Tutor are legal. It's like shit. Like, that format is pretty busted. And I think it's better, like a more powerful format than Modern. You know, you can cast Oko turn 2 off Deathrite Shaman. Shit gets pretty crazy. You get Field of the Dead with Primeval Titan 2. It's you have like these crazy Underworld Breach Dark Ritual Storm decks. You get Dark Ritual into Necro. The thing about Timeless is you can Dark Ritual into Necro and that deck is not even that good. And so to say that Jace is okay in Timeless, like a format where Bowmaster is, Bowmaster against Jace too. It's like, it's time for Jace to retire. I remember for like the longest time, like after Rin and 6 were printed, Oko was printed, Karn the Great Creator, Teferi Time Raveler, like for the longest time, people argued that Jace the Mind Sculptor was a better Planeswalker than Teferi Time Raveler. You know what I mean? It was just for the longest time, people were like, Jace is the best Planeswalker ever printed. What is and like Oko, Minsc, Boot, even Narset is better than Jace. You know, it's just like there's so many better Planeswalkers now. Jace is not a top 5 Planeswalker. Okay, we're 4-0. Maybe not even a top 5 Planeswalker. It's like Oko, Minsc, Boot are the 2 best. Maybe Oko, Minsc, Boot, Ren. Teferi, Narset, Karn. Truly a like what the fuck Magic card. It is like Renaissance, Minsc, Boot, and Oko are like the 3 like what the fuck Planeswalkers. Just like what in the world were they thinking? I'm happy if they Undying Effect, so I'll wait on the Bolt here. Frozen the 33. Thank you. Welcome back. Yeah, maybe Comet isn't on that level, but I'm not as familiar with Comet. It's a commander card, but yeah, it seems like it's legal in Legacy and Timeless. Legal in Legacy and Timeless. Rin 6 isn't even close to Minsc. Well, I feel like Rin 6 with Wasteland is. Would you agree on that, or is that still not true? Probably actually have to take a hit from Ragavan here with me having double Ephemerate and like want to play around Bowmaster. Commander card C0 playing Commander, but like C0 playing Commander is like, I don't want to play Minsc, Boot because my friends will think this is unfun and they won't want to play with me. Like, what does that even mean anything that something C0 playing Commander? Dude, Shieldred? Can I take my block back? Damn it. Yeah, Rin 6 is banned in Legacy, Minsc is legal, so I think Rin is probably better. Rin 6 is close to Minsc. We're taking into account mana cost. Yeah, you have to take it into account mana cost when evaluating cards. Okay, we're pretty dead, I guess. Fuck. We do have Flame of Anor and Solitude we can draw into. Am I bolting the Bowmaster or bolting the Ragavan? Let's see, I'm going to take 3 if I don't. Take 3 here. Yeah, I think keep the life total higher. Oh yeah, Grist is also above Jace. So I think that's 8 or 9 we have above Jace. Not that this conversation matters that much, but it's 8 or 9. Played Ragavan, got hit, played Mox Ember, brutal. Okay, well, if we can find white card Solitude. Alright, I counter this. We also have Tidebinder too as like a draw that like stops the stuff. Okay, so I'm at 2. So I can now go... I can either Snap Bolt, kill Shieldred on the double block, or... and go to 1. Or if they don't attack with Shieldred, I Snap Bolt the Bowmaster and I can draw Tidebinder or Solid... oh no, not Solitude. Dude, we could stabilize here. They have to have nothing. 5 minutes of Teferi. 5 minutes of Teferi might be better than Jace. It's close. Okay, dead. Dead. Did you submit the deck to tomorrow? Deadline was 22 minutes ago. Oh, I didn't know we had that deadline. I'll message Honorok and ask him if I can do it after the stream. I should have checked, sorry. No, I get yelled at like Dingo got yelled at in the Super League. Let's actually just run it back. Post Counterspell, Modern Spheres, and Bridges. I think so too. I mean, neither are very good. I guess I can like, we can actually like, how about this? After this match, we'll submit the Timeless deck list for tomorrow. Because I need to change some sideboard slots. Gonna Raw Priest and Timeless. It seems like you're missing like a lot of the good enablers like Ground Rift and Mutagenic Growth, right? With a 4-mana enchantment that says the beginning of your first main phase of Brainstorm be better than Jace. Morning, Jarvis. Okay, so I was kind of between these two decks for the tournament. So I have this deck, which is an Elves deck main decking Chalice. And I feel like Chalice has got to be like insane in the tournament. I haven't built a sideboard for it. So I feel like I need to submit the Bant deck instead, which I'm now main decking for Stifle in the Bant deck. I'm now main decking for Stifle because it's so good with Uro, and it just also kind of solos every opponent anyways. So what's my land count? 23. Yeah, I still feel pretty comfy with that in the 4 Brainstorm. And I wanted to go... I kind of hate my sideboard, though. So I think I want to go up to... I wanted to go up, like, tentatively, like, 3rd Narset. Narset's been pretty good. And I want to play the 4th Time Warp for the Titan field deck. So hold on, let's go back to this game. Keep Ice the Grief. What's the meta comparable to? I feel it's like it's closest to no banless modern in my opinion. Like my deck is really a no banless modern deck plus Brainstorm. Plus Brainstorm. Yeah, so I wanted the 4th Time Warp in the board. Where is my Time Warp? Oh, do I have to set this stupid thing to... Wait, this is a timeless deck. It's like... Okay, Time Warp. Sideboard. And then I wanted like something else for the Rakdos Breach to match up. Yeah, and Swords of Plowshares. Yeah, it's a weird blend for sure. I don't know what these archaeologists. I like them. They mill over Uro. They block Ragavan. They're good. They're good to turn into Elks off of Oko. I like the archaeologists a lot. I am down to 2, but we've streamed the deck and like the archaeologists were good. Also, it's not like they're just completely untested or anything. Curse of Silence for Breach, or Deafening Silence. Get destroyed by Molten Collapse. Well, yeah. You submit ASB. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize the deadline was due. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna do 2 Curse of Silence. Everybody's coming to yell at me. Also, how do you export? Help, chat. How do you export? View Veils and Soul Guides inside having issues with Breach. Oh yeah, Veil's got to be like... Well, they can still like get a ton of value off the Breach. Save the deck. Go back. Okay, so I click done. Invalid. Save anyways. I'll get the wild cards. And then I go... Okay, export. And I'll submit and say sorry. Stifle is also like kind of okay against the Breach deck, I think. I've only played against it one time and I did win. Save me, Wall of Omens. Okay, where do I go to submit? I'm gonna just message it. Okay, I've messaged Anu my deck list. Melee link in Discord. Okay, I also go there. Melee support. In Honorog's Discord? I don't see it. I'm so bad at Discord though. Healthy Gamers, happy anniversary. So my Hornet's name is Ragavan. 2 mystery cards. Wall of Omens should have been a wizard, huh? I'm gonna upkeep the flame. Yeah, like this is the wrong... I'm in the wrong thing, because like the last messages I see in this MTG Melee support tab, it was like from 2021. So I don't know if I'm just like in the wrong Discord or something. It's okay, I'll figure it out. Okay, do make us send me the link. Okay. Thank you, Doom. I love you. Maybe I got like sent the wrong. I don't know. I'm coping a little bit. Have to fetch shock again. I guess we don't have to. I can just I can upkeep bolt the Voidwalker. Maybe even will like ice the Shaman. But it's probably better to fire the Reflection. Or do I just do it on? Do I just submit it in melee? That probably is the case. Sorry, this is unwatchable. The YouTube video is gonna be shit. Okay, I found it. Okay, deck submitted. Sorry, gamers. Okay, so I can fetch shock and fire so that Solitude is a better top deck. But I think if I just get a tap land and draw Solitude, it's like I'm still pretty happy with that. Although now that they've played Voidwalker, I kind of like. Do I kill that? Do we need to fetch shock? I think I'm still getting tap land. Okay. So Otawara token. Fire Voidwalker. I think. Yeah, this is a streamer timeless tournament being hosted tomorrow, and I rudely didn't submit my deck on time. It's only 30 minutes late. Okay. So what happens if I draw? I have to draw Solitude, right? So. And they have to have nothing. I think we're not trophying. Okay. Take the 4-1 though. Let's do one more league with this deck. We have the Modern Showcase on Saturday also. I gotta figure out what I'm playing in that. Game 1 was tough. But I won the die roll. We've been in much better shape. Oh, wait, did we win the die roll? We might have won that die roll. Not trophying. Shout out to the doubters. We opened a Carnosaur though. And Timeless Staple once upon a time. Can we brew the Bant deck tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's the Timeless tournament, but I don't know if I'm gonna be playing anything else. I'll do it at some point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the tournament starts at 10 tomorrow.